You know that feeling when you walk into the store, you see your favorite bag of chips, let's say Lay's, and you're ready to snack, but when you buy it, sit down and pop the bag open, it's a tragedy because it's mostly air. And while you swear there used to be way more chips in there 5 years ago, you aren't crazy or misremembering things. You are being played because the price is the same and the bag looks the same, but the loot inside has been nerfed. Economists called this shrinkflation, but since we're gamers here, let's be honest about what this actually is. The developers of the real world just dropped a stealth patch and they nerfed your inventory without telling you. So today, I'm going to explain exactly how companies are stealing from you, why they do it, and I'm going to explain it all using the only economy that actually makes sense, which is Minecraft. Imagine you spawn into a new world, you find a village, and you walk up to the farmer villager where for years the trade has been simple. You give him 1 emerald, he gives you 1 loaf of bread, and that bread fills 3 hunger bars, which is a fair trade where everyone is happy and the server is stable. But then the server economy starts to crash because wheat gets harder to find and the cost of running the village goes up. So now the villager has a problem because he can't afford to give you that bread for just 1 emerald anymore. So he has 2 choices. Choice number 1 is he changes the price tag so the next time you click on him, the trade is now 2 emeralds for that same loaf of bread, which is what we call obvious inflation. And as a player, you get mad, stop trading with them, or find a different village because it's painful and obvious. Companies like Lay's, Pepsi, or your toilet paper brand know this, and they know if they raise the price tag from $2 to $3, you might just rage quit the brand. So they go with choice number 2, the stealth nerf, where the villager keeps the price at exactly 1 emerald, but goes into the code and changes the item so he has you bread that looks like bread and has the same icon, but when you eat it, it only fills 2 hunger bars instead of 3. He just gave you 33% less product, but charged you the same price. And in the real world, this is Lay's reducing a bag from 9.75 ounces to 9.25 ounces. A tiny difference of just a few grams that is like shaving a few pixels off a box. You barely notice it with the naked eye, but if they do that to millions of bags, they save millions of dollars while you are the one left hungry, just like crafting a diamond pickaxe, but the durability is secretly such a wood. Now, you might be thinking you would notice if my bread was smaller, and that is where the marketing team comes in, because in Minecraft, this would be like a texture pack update, where companies really just make the bag smaller. They key design the packaging to make it taller but narrower, or put a pricey other label on that says new fresh look, or more aerodynamic shape to distract you with a fancy new skin so you don't look at the patch notes. The latest family size bag is a perfect example because years ago family size meant you could actually feed a family, but now it is basically just a single player serving. And if this were Minecraft, it would be like Mojang releasing an update where a stack of items isn't 64 anymore, it's suddenly 50, but the inventory slot looks exactly the same size. So you wouldn't realize you were carrying less items until you ran out of building blocks halfway through your house. But it actually gets worse because there's something darker than shrinkflation called skimpflation. So let's go back to the crafting table where normally to make a cake, you need 3 milk, 2 sugar, 1 egg, and 3 wheat, which creates a high quality item. But imagine if the server admin wanted to save resources and change the recipe. So now instead of sugar, you can use rotten flesh, and instead of milk, you can use water. And while the item is still called cake and looks like cake, when you eat it, the saturation is terrible and maybe you get the hunger effect.
This is happening in your grocery store right now because companies aren't just making things smaller, they are swapping out ingredients by replacing expensive oil with cheap oil, replacing real sugar with high fructose corn syrup, and lowering the percentage of cocoa in your chocolate bar, effectively changing the crafting recipe to use lower tier junk while still charging you the price of a top tier item. So why does this matter? Because it's a hidden tax on your life. If a creeper blows up your house, you know you lost resources because it's loud and obvious, regular inflation. But shrinkflation and skimpflation are like an Enderman slowly stealing 1 block from your house every night while you sleep. So you don't notice it at first, but eventually you wake up and you have no roof. So the fix to beat this update is that you have to check the tooltips. Don't just look at the price, look at the unit price, look at the weight, and check the crafting recipe. I mean the ingredients list. And don't let the villagers scam you, because the only thing that should be full of air is the space above the build limit, not your bag of chips. Thanks for watching, and if you want to see more breakdowns of how the system is nerfing your wallet, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one.